on ESPN. It's week 4 of the NFL, and if your back is sore from raking leaves or cleaning out the gutters, we've got something much better than a heating pad. Football. Lots of good, hard football here on ESPN. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New Orleans Saints. Next! Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Joe Giravicius ran a terrific route here and was able to pull this one in. A 40-yard play that set up a Buccaneer touchdown. The Buccaneers strike first and go up by 7. Buccaneers midway through the first, this time at the midfield stripe. Brown shows some great awareness here as he gets himself into position to pick this one off. The Saints, after getting an interception, Saints behind by 7. Todd McBride would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. Buccaneers midway through the first, Rich Loose Gannon connected with his man on this one. A 20-yard touchdown for the Buccaneers. Bucs leading 14-0. Drew Brees would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. Buccaneers later in the second, Asante Samuel was able to step in front of his pass and pick one off, but he wasn't done there. Touchdown for the Saints. Buccaneers still in the second quarter, Bucs leading by 7. Rich Loose Gannon would find his target on this one. The Saints on defense, Shelton Quarles was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. Saints down 14-7. Rondé Barber is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. Buccaneers still late in the second quarter. Cedric Hodge was in the right place at the right time as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. Saints late into the second quarter, Saints losing by 7. Jason Hansen would be called upon for the field goal try and he'd come through. They climb back into the game, now down by 4. Buccaneers late in the second quarter, Rich Loose Gannon connected with his man on this one. And that's where we'll leave this one. Saints are down, but still in it, 14-10. Let's get started in this one early in the third quarter. Derek Brooks is going to come up with the big play here. Whoop! The ball's loose. Scramble. He's there to grab it. The Bucs, after recovering a fumble, the Buccaneers in control at the 7-yard line. Cedric Hodge is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. Touchdown for the Saints. Saints winning by 3. Love would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. The Bucs have it off an interception. Martin Gramatica would come on and connect on the field goal try. A 42-yard field goal. Game tied 17-all. Michael Clayton came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. A 60-yard touchdown for the Buccaneers. Ball at their own 42. Rich Loose Gannon would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. Bucs out in front by 7. Tate would turn things around. Big shift in momentum here as he pounced on a fumble. The defense recovered. The Saints in control after a fumble recovery. Ace, Deuce, and plenty of use McAllister on the carry here as they work the ground game. This is a nice run. Saints back 24-17. Vargas would come up with a huge play here as he was able to pick one off here, then had some clear sailing in front of him. Touchdown for the Saints. The Saints tie it up again, 24-all. The Bucs, after getting an interception, the ball at their own 25. Greg Camello would get the carry here. Good blocking up front. It helped to spring him. Game tied, 24-all. Jason Hansen was called upon to attempt the field goal. This one, good. The Bucs on D, Cedric Hodge was able to step in front of his pass and pick one off, but he wasn't done there. Touchdown for the Saints, and that's where we'll leave this one. Saints win this one, 34-24. Now let's take a sec to chat with our player of the game, the guy who seemed to be all over the field on defense and came up with big play after big play. Cedric Hodge is standing by with Susie Colbert. Suze?
Thank you, Chris. You transcended the competition today, and you helped your team put this game away. What gave you guys the edge today?
Well, first off, I have to hand it to the offense. They did a great job of finding the holes in the defense and get it into the end zone. Those long drives kept us rested and allowed us to keep our energy level up on defense.
Back to you, Chris.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Cardinals win by a comfortable margin. Starvin' Marvin Harrison stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Corral General Buckhalter ran for an incredible 200-plus yards and helped his Panthers beat the Broncos. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Douglas might be the biggest loss on this list. He'll be out for the rest of the season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Chris Draft sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. A hairline fracture of the arm is the initial report, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Julius Peppers is going to find himself on the shelf, and that will be a major blow to his team. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
Buccaneers, Saints. Cedric Hodge would come up with a huge play here as he was able to pick one off here, then had some clear sailing in front of him. The Saints win this one by the final score of 34-24. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Texans pick up their third win of the season. Up in the Motor City, Detroit, we had the Lions come away with a 7-point win. Over at Gillette Stadium, we had the Patriots edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. Chiefs, Jaguars. Fred Taylor is in his own territory, would like to get his team out to the midfield stripe. Takes the pitch, goes off right tackle, bursts through the hole. Look at him go! The 20, the 10, touchdown! 62 yards. The Jaguars go on to win this by the final score of 17-16. The Ravens booted in 3 field goals in their victory at M&T Stadium. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Sullivan is on the move. Perhaps not for all that he thought he'd get, but a good deal nonetheless. 6 years, $4.7 million. Corey Ivy will also have a new address for a while as he signs a 4-year contract with the Ravens. This guy will be on the move. You see it there. He'll be getting a nice little payday, too. 3 years, $2.2 million. Marcus Robinson got snatched up as well, and he signs a 2-year contract with the Vikings.
The Browns won on the road and will head into their bye week on a high note. Eagles, Vikings. High note. Lido Shuffle Shepard is set in his own territory, and he'll get the punt at the 40. He's going to break a tackle right there. And look at him go. He could go all the way. 60 yards, touchdown. The Eagles go on to win this by the final score of 40-28. Clinton Portis stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Matt Hasselbeck was unstoppable through the air and helped his Seahawks beat the Rams. And last but not least, we had the Jets come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn your bell notifications on. Hope you guys like the more condensed level of the way I do the gameplay for ESPN NFL 2K5 franchise mode. And if I have any news, it's all in the Sports Center. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn your bell notifications on so you don't miss anything. I'm bringing another video to you real soon. Also hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Before you go, I have the end screen, the last game of this series on the upper left-hand corner, and I have the playlist for this series if you want to see Season 1, Season 2, or the beginning of Season 3. We are in Season 3 at the bottom left-hand corner. And until next time, guys, you guys have a great one. I'll tell you guys later. Peace.